So we're now working our way down the magical Ars Nouveau questline, with the goal of making elemental essence so we can bring new creatures to life. And we're mainly doing that just so that we can grab some photos of them, as we continue down our new side profession as a photographer. The last thing we did was create these archwood trees, and with the wood from them, we can now start creating source gems. We'll need an imbuement chamber to create the source gems, and this is gonna get a bit expensive on the amethyst front, but we'll use amethyst to turn those into the source gems, and this process is going to take quite some time, initially at least, but eventually the chamber will create us our very first source gem. So that's quest complete. We're rewarded with experience and even more source gems. Source can be generated in a variety of ways, but we'll need to do something to get it into a much more usable liquid form. And to do that, we are going to need a few source jars, alongside a way to actually produce source and not just pull it from the air. Think we'll go with the volcanic source link, as we'll just need to feed it something to burn basically. So let's set the volcanic source link there, and we'll put the source jar beside it. Then we'll throw a few bits of charcoal there to be turned into fuel, and that will eventually fill up the source jar beside it. Just some experience for completing that quest there, so now we move on to arcane enchanting. One of the primary uses of liquid source is the enchanting of items. Using an arcane core and an enchanting apparatus, you can create many useful things. We'll need to sacrifice a diamond to create the apparatus, and we'll need to make some source stone as well, which we get 8 out at a time using 8 stone and a source gem. And we are definitely going to need a lot more source gems for this, so we'll get the imbuement chamber creating more for us, which thanks to the source jar beside it, will be nice and quick. So long as we keep the volcanic source link topped up with fuel, we'll get the core sat down there, and we have to put the apparatus on top of it. So what we're trying to create are these different elemental essence, like earth essence, fire essence, and this is going to use the imbuement chamber plus the apparatus we set up there to create these different type of essence. So for earth, we need a source gem, iron ingot, dirt, and a formless seed. But we'll first need to make a few arcane pedestals to place around the imbuement chamber, so we'll need to spend a few source gems creating a few pedestals then. 5 should be plenty for now, so we'll get them set around the apparatus in the middle. So we'll try and make an earth essence to begin with then, so that is an iron ingot, dirt, and some seeds. Then we need to put a source gem into one of these things. No recipe found. I just had to move the imbuement chamber in front, so it's beside the pedestals, everything else behind it. But that has now worked, and there's our first earth essence, which we don't use up the materials, so we could make a few of them up. Think we might need to make up a secondary imbuement chamber so that we have one for the enchanting setup and another one just to create these source gems. The next essence we'll make will be fire essence, flint and steel, a torch, and gunpowder. Nice easy recipes for these, exactly what we want, so that will create us the fire essence. Water essence next, bucket of water, snow, and some kelp. And as I was going to get some kelp there, a cow just walked into a berry bush. Nice. And the final essence we need to make is an air essence, a feather, an arrow, and some Wilden wings, which we haven't met a Wilden yet, but very shortly we will. So let's use the essence we made then to make up a few of these creatures. We'll start with the Drigme. Again, absolutely no idea how to pronounce these things. I think it's meant to be like pygmy, but with a dir in front of it. Egg, earth essence, fire essence, and a spirit of birthing should create it. Yes, indeed it did, and we need a photo of it. So if you would please just turn round, little friend, we could get a nice photo of you. Perfect. This next one up should be a starbuncle. Yes it is, a little squirrel looking dude. Which again, if you would turn round, we could get a nice snap of you. Close enough. And I think that's pretty much all that we can do just now until we get our hands on some air essence. Well, maybe apart from an alley, which is going to require some anima essence and an elderberry. The anima essence we create in the imbuement chamber, an imbued slate, bone meal and a golden apple for it. The elderberry had a very complicated crop creation for it. I had to do a lot of different cultivating here, but eventually we have got out some elderberries. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into creating elderberry. But that's the apple and bone meal then. To create the anima essence, we do need an imbued slate, which I get the feeling I've got none of. Nope, of course I don't. Right, let's get one of those up then. At least the new regeneration pendant makes this a lot easier to do. So that should be everything then. We'll get the source gem put in, and after a little bit of source, that should then create us the anima essence. There's actually quite a few things we can make with the anima essence I noticed. One of them was to create a spell book. Don't really care too much about Soulbound, but that did lead me down a line of creating other spell books. So yes, we could use the enchanting apparatus over there to create our own enchanted books. So that's definitely something we'll need to look into, enchanting all of our weapons and armour. I think the Starbunkles made a run for it. Yep. Be free my little stupid. So anima essence, elderberry, an egg and our spirit of rebirthing should then create the alley. Which indeed it has done, and it stood so perfect there for us to get a snap of. Goodbye as well, little alley. Why is it that everything I love eventually leaves me? So let's look into summoning these Wilden creatures then. We are going to require a tablet of summon Wilding, a vexing archwood log, imbued slate, iron sword, block of lapis and a bow to make one of those. And we'll need to make a ritual brazier just before that so that we can actually summon those things in. A pedestal, source gem block and gold for it. It's a vexing log specifically for the tablet, so we'll need to chop away at the purple tree. But there we are then, a tablet of summon Wilden. Oh, and look who's returned. Welcome back then, little alley. I know these Wilden creatures are a bit hostile, so what we'll do is maybe just set up the ritual brazier a bit further away from home. Although now come to think of it, I might need to bring a source jar over because this might need source, or maybe not. We'll just simply summon in a Wilden hunter and a summoned wolf. Before you kill me guys, let me quickly grab a few snaps of you here and then I'll run away. So what is this one then? That is the hunter. Brilliant picture. And what's this polar bear looking one? Whatever it is, a defender. We've got a picture of it. I think we're good then just to slaughter these things. Or at least let gravity do the work. Oh yeah, that's more like a porcupine, isn't it? Yep, whenever that thing gets damaged, it's going to release all of those spines. If we were in close enough proximity, you, stop. Really kind of feel bad about harming the wolves, but at the same time, they're not mine. And I think we've got one more porcupine polar bear left, and that should be everything from that tablet. Ow. So that was definitely the defender alongside a pack hunter there. We still need the stalker, which I get the feeling will drop us the wing. We're all out of lapis again, unfortunately, so we'll need to get a few of that brewing. I get the feeling we have to wait on it becoming night in order to summon a stalker in. That's pretty much night anyway, so let's see if that's the case. Well, we certainly have another hunter and some more spawned wolves and our porcupine polar bear. And yes, we do have a stalker. Okay, excellent. It's like a big giant bat, which if it wouldn't kill me just for 2 seconds, I could get a picture of it. Hello friend. Not a great picture, but it should be a picture. Now we can slaughter you. Do you know, just to be certain, there we are. That's a much better picture of you. You've got levitation too, and you're now dead. And it did indeed drop us the Wilden wing. Perfect. So with the wing, a feather and an arrow, we should now be able to make our air essence. An air essence, earth essence and spirit of birthing should create us a whirly sprig, I believe. Little green fellow. who I think I've got an okay photo of there. Maybe I've just cut his head off, but it should do. And we should also be able to spawn in a siren with an air essence now and a water essence. Not sure how this is going to last on land, but there it is. So I believe that's now pretty much every animal that we can spawn in now spawned in, and we've got a photo of them. Maybe apart from the witch. The witch and the piglin brute, but I don't know how to get crying obsidian. I read if we cast a dispel spell on a witch, then it should drop us a Wixie token. I don't actually know what a Wixie is, but I do know how to do a dispel spell. So we're gonna need to make a scribe's table up. That's a simple recipe. And we'll need to make a novice spellbook up too, which I think the recipe here is the easiest to make it. Mana steel. Ah yes, those are simple enough to make. Alright then, let's get a few mana steel ingots on the go. After we get a bit more mana into the pool. And alongside living wood twigs, that will make us up the mana steel swords and other tools. Yep, my Sky Seeker is still better. And that's everything then for the novice spellbook, and that should be everything as well for the scribe table. And it's a dispel spell which we need, so we'll need to unlock dispel first. The glyph of dispel is 3 milk buckets and an abjuration essence, fermented spider eye, sugar and milk. We can ferment the spider eye on the natural altar. There's a little starbuncle pal back. And we just need a few buckets of milk, so we'll grab those out quick. And the setup here should create us the abjuration essence, which I think we then just place on the scribe's table and throw the buckets of milk onto the table as well. Yes, so it's the dispel spell, we'll select that, and that's taken all the milk buckets onto it. Oh no, we need to throw the milk buckets onto it, sorry. And I think that's then going to write the glyph of dispel for us. Yes, yes. Now we can just simply learn it. Yes. So we'll try that again then. We need to do a projectile. Well, we don't need to, but I'll choose to do a projectile, and we'll projectile our dispel spell on it. This is very reminiscent of like the old Oblivion spell crafting, but we'll create that. And I think we can now select it. Yes. There we are. Okay, well this is probably going to go quite badly then, but we will try summoning the witch. I picked up the egg, and we'll quickly grab a picture of this. Excellent. Then we need to get it to half health before it kills everything. I think that's about half health. Not quite. Now we'll try the dispel spell again. Still not quite. Right, okay, I think that's pretty much as good, so the spell did work. That was a bit messier than it needed to be, but the end result is what we were after, and we got out a Wixie token, which we should then be able to craft a Wixie charm from. If we got our hands on a sapling, a brewing stand, a crafting table, and an emerald. The emerald, I think, might be the difficult part here. Or maybe not. We could use a diamond alongside 20,000 life essence and make it that way. Diamonds are still pretty difficult for us to craft, at least in terms of sulfur, so I'll definitely need to find a better way of making diamonds. But that's enough life essence in the reaction chamber then to convert the diamond into 1 emerald. Oh, that's very, very expensive. And the Wixie charm has to be crafted on the enchanting apparatus, not the imbuement chamber. So that should then become our charm from it, the Wixie charm. Really quite like the animation there. Sadly, although I was able to make the charm, I have no idea what to do with it. So we'll just put that away for now, and whenever I do work out what to do with it, we'll get ourselves some Wixies. The final thing I want to do today is maybe summon in a Wilden Chimera, a powerful boss that drops a special item needed to channel tier 3 spells. Without augments, this ritual will summon a random variety of Wilden monsters for a short duration. When augmented with a Wilden Spike, Wilden Horn and a Wilden Wing, this ritual will summon the Wilden Chimera. We have all of those parts on us, so let's then try summoning this chimera. I'm assuming we just place those things into it as well. Ah, yes we do. And is that enough then to summon the chimera? Or is this just going to summon the normal variety? Maybe something different is happening because it certainly didn't take as long last time. Oh, holy crap. Well, yes, that is definitely the chimera. Oh, look at it. Oh, wow, okay, look at it. Actually, that is so damn cute. Oh, are you kidding me? That is the cutest boss I think I've ever seen. How would you like some levitation effect? Bet you love it. It does have 1000 hit points though, so this is going to take a little bit of time here to take it out. But holy crap, is this thing cute? Who's a good monster? Yes, it's you. Yes, it's you. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep hitting it with levitation and letting gravity do a bit of the work here as well. Oh, I love this thing so much. Oh, we're out of spool in the camera. Well, we'll need to go develop all of those at some point as well. And I've just realised that this thing is also playing music, which is rather interesting. It's got its own little boss theme as well, with its cute little face. Yeah, I think we're pretty much just going to whittle down its health really rather slowly. I don't think our sword is doing too much damage against it, so this boss fight definitely is going to take quite some time. Really glad we have this regeneration pendant on as well. This is definitely going to help our health. Yes, pal, use summoning as many little wolves as you wish, and I'll just get rid of them the same way I am you. It's a real shame to have to murder this thing actually. I would rather have it as a pet. Wonder if you could tame it? And we're coming up to about half health. In fact, exactly half health at that point. So now it's got spikes. Ah, right, okay, that's a bit more dangerous then. And have you grown a tail? Yes, I think it has. But as long as you then just stay away from me with the spikes, I think this is pretty much just rinse and repeat. Look at you having a two-phase fight. Up, and we're back to spikes. Yep, we'll just keep straying side to side, and we should avoid all of the spikes, then straight back into whacking and levitating. Not really sure what the fish fin is for yet. It's not really used it on me, unless we get it into the water. Then again, I don't really want to go into the water, so there might be no point in that. A real shame I've used up all the film within the camera actually. I would have liked a picture of the tail that it's got as well here. And we're summoning in a few more dangerous mobs. We've got the polar bear back. So that's double the amount of spikes coming out at us. Yeah, you go away first and you come out of the water. Okay, well it is now submerged itself, which is not very good for me because I can't really go down for it. This is not going to go well. Oh, nope, he's right back up to us. And he's immediately doing the whole spike nonsense again. Yep, let's just strafe to the side. And I tell you what, friend, I'm just going to leave you be until you come out of the water, because this is not going to end well for me if I have to go in there after you. I actually get the feeling it's maybe stuck in the water here, which I really should be using to my advantage. Now, again, I spoke too soon, that's it now out. Back to business. You are so unbelievably cute, and I think that's us now 3/4 of the health down. And it summoned in those stalker things, which could be quite good. Oh, he's got wings now. I can fly as well, even better. And it can dive bomb and shoot porcupine spikes at us. Oh, okay. That's maybe not good. Yes, would be quite nice if you wouldn't fly and shoot spikes at us. Please don't go back into the water though. Yep, it's flying again and going to do that dive bomb thing. I'm just going to keep running in a direction. Okay, the spikes I can definitely deal with until it's invulnerable and I'm going to die because of them. But the dive bombing was the one I was more worried about, and maybe I should have been paying more attention to the spikes. Okay, this is going to get a bit tricky here unless we can grab our stuff quick. Yes, we can. Let's get back out of here and we'll let... Oh no, we're going to dive bomb again. Do not dive bomb into me, you little rascal. Oh, how can I stay mad at that face? Well, unfortunately, it is now pretty much nighttime here as well, and if I'm not careful, I'm going to get killed by the porcupine spikes. But as it is night, I better quickly go sleep before other mobs come out and ruin this. Oh, that's much better then, and look, a lovely rainbow as we head towards certain death. We are spawning in more mobs again, including our flying beast. He's about to dive bomb, so maybe I should get into the water so that it can't do that. Yeah, see chaps, this is exactly why I didn't want it to become night, because now you little idiots are out, and this is already starting to get tougher than I would like it to. Oh, dive bombing again. Is there any way that I can actually dodge this? I wonder if I should run at it whenever it's trying to dive bomb. Would that maybe stop it from dive bombing on us? Nope. And it's even stopped playing the music now. Oh, that's a shame. I was kind of enjoying the pan flutes from it. Yeah, you can spike away. I'll just hunker down over here. I'm really not sure if there is much I can do whenever it is going to dive bomb. Even underwater. If this boss wasn't so damn adorable, I would definitely be mad right now. But we've now got just under 100 health left, so our little Wilden Chimera will soon be gone. As will I in just a moment. We're about to dive bomb. Maybe the trees will save us. I think I maybe just got lucky in that one. Spiking again. Let's start to strafe or just very, very slowly move away. It is definitely an interesting boss fight this. I could be doing without the dive bombing though. I am going to use the trees for some safety. Yes, thank you tree. And it's now got 19 health left. Are you going to take any fall damage? I don't think it is. But unfortunately, it is now dead. And I am actually very quite sad. I already miss my little murder pup. Alrighty then, let's develop some photos. And that should be the last of them. Oh, I've already seen that last image there. Oh, that is beautiful. It didn't complete any quests there. I get the feeling we'll need to unstack all of the photos that we took. Just like that. Okay, that's much better. And that's all of the Ars Nouveau creatures then photographed. And I'm pretty sure that is all of the creatures that we can do at the moment. Still waiting on these damn pillagers. Reward wise, we're gonna get back some of that experience we lost, plus a few different trinkets and tokens. The Wilden Chimera reward in particular gives us experience and Wilden tributes. Definitely some interesting rewards. The Blaze one in particular is a very nice reward. As is the Alley one, to be fair, experience and Alley Spawn Eggs. So we could summon in a few more of those little buggers if we wish, if the one we already had hadn't already run away. Alright, well, I'm satisfied. I've really enjoyed this one.